Hello, everyone. Happy Make It Happen Monday. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch what we're doing here. And this is One Global Movement, Building Hopes and Dreams, where we come together to help children, young people, and women defeat hunger, illiteracy, and poverty, build generational wealth while living a life of leadership and purpose. Our theme of discussion for today is it? I don't think it's finding purpose, is it? Let me see. Our theme for today is taking action to defeat hunger, illiteracy, and poverty, and following the mission of One Global Movement. In the face of hunger, we bring food, not just physical food, spiritual food, moral food, and otherwise. In the face of illiteracy, we bring knowledge. In the face of poverty, we bring opportunities. This is our movement. This is our mission. In a world bursting, a world filled with resources and possibilities, it remains a tragic paradox that hunger, illiteracy, and poverty continue to chain the potential of millions of children, young people, and women around the world. The mission of One Global Movement, therefore, is to uplift lives and inspire change, calls for a decisive collective action to break these chains and usher in an era of hope, opportunity, and sustainable growth. We are going to explore these in different ways, why action is important and how it can transform lives, igniting a ripple effect of empowerment and dignity in these children and young people. So we have to understand the need. In order to do this, we should be able to understand the need. What do they need? What are their desires? What are their goals and their dreams? What can we do? So hunger robs children of their future, stunting their physical and cognitive development. Illiteracy denies young people the tools to dream and achieve, perpetuating circles of poverty. For women, poverty becomes a barrier to education and healthcare and meaningful participation in society. These challenges, as we all know, are interconnected, feeding into one another to create a vicious circle that traps generations. And when we say interconnection here, you cannot talk about hunger, feeding the child without talking about educating the child. And you cannot even talk about educating the child without feeding the child. And we cannot talk about poverty without feeding, educating these children, and also teaching them how to build generational wealth. If we cannot put these three things together, it's going to be difficult. These three things are the foundation of everything that comes out of these children, women, and young people. So the statistics are stark, but not immutable. This means that there are so many statistics that show that this vulnerable population in the world still go through all these chains of hunger, illiteracy, and poverty. And that doesn't mean that we cannot change the dynamics or the rhetoric. This means that it is possible if you and I come together. So each child malnourished, each young person out of school, especially young women, and each woman silenced by poverty represents not just a failure of systems, but a call to action for those who believe in the power of change. And here in One Global Movement, we do. One Global Movement recognizes this interconnectedness. These things are interwoven. One cannot do without the other. And we are working to address these challenges holistically, understanding that sustainable solutions require collaboration, innovation, and most importantly, action. We cannot talk without taking action. Action is number one. Action regardless of our circumstances, regardless of our environment, regardless of our upbringing, we have to take action. And we take this action and succeed even in the midst of challenges. So the power of action, how can the power of action really inspire us, all of us, you and I, everyone, to come together to do this? Action is the bridge between intention and transformation. You have to have that intention. And when you have the intention, you can transform the world. It is not enough to dream of a better world. We must build it with our hands, hearts, and voices. It's not enough to just say, I wish I have this. I wish I had done this. I should have, I could have. It's not enough. We have to take that action. We must build it with our hands, our hearts, and our voices. Taking action means advocating for equity, amplifying the voices of the marginalized, and advocating for policies that prioritize food security, quality education, and economic opportunities for all. Collaborative efforts. We must collaborate. No one is an island upon themselves. We have to collaborate with one another. Human resource is very, very important, and the right human resource at the right time. Partnering with governments, nonprofits, businesses, and communities to implement programs that address root causes rather than symptoms. We do not dull the symptoms and leave them. We have to address the root causes right from the bottom up, not from the up to the bottom. We have to do it in order to build a solid foundation for these things to stand, so that when they stand, there will be no storm or no wind that is going to blow it away, because we need to build that foundation. We want to be able to teach our children that in order to be successful and to be truly be happy and successful in life, we start from the bottom. And the bottom is starting from within you. You have a heart, you have hands, you have the head, you can think and you can do things. And we must teach ourselves as well as our children. A lot of us, we think that things maybe just fall from heaven like manna. There is no manna that will ever fall from heaven if we do not work for it. And we need to teach our children this. And then we can also empower local leaders, supporting grassroots efforts and empowering individuals within communities to lead in initiatives tailored to their unique challenges. Unique challenges. That means we're not going to clump all the children as belonging to one whole. No. We need to teach the children according to their background, according to their level of understanding, according to their ability or their disability, and according to their resources. But we must do it uniquely, tailored everything to meet their unique needs. Like in education, we know that kids take exams, right? But do we know the circumstances under which those kids are taking those exams? Do we, the parents, know? Do the school authorities know? A lot of times when children sit for the exam and they don't do so well, it's not because they are not smart kids or smart students. It is because these kids might be going through some mental challenges, or they might be going through hunger. They don't have food to eat to fuel themselves in order to sit. They don't even have the materials that they need to study for these exams. And sometimes they were not even mentally ready to sit for those exams. But because we lump these children as a whole without paying attention to their unique needs, and these children come out failing and they feel bad about themselves, which we can even do better. So we need to tailor these things to really fit the unique challenges of these children. And even where there are no challenges, we still have to treat them like unique human beings, because when a child knows something, because these children are born smart, when they know something, and they can even climb higher just by knowing, if we just treat them uniquely and as dignified human beings. So another method is to invest in education and skills. Let us start from home. When you have your little toddler or your little baby, what do? We advise, and I'm saying this from what I have done too with my own child. We really buy educational materials and help these kids to build their home environment so that these kids will be inspired to read, to learn, and to grow. And this is what we should be doing. So providing access to education and vocational training that equip individuals to break free from the circle of poverty is very, very paramount. And leveraging technology. We are living in the world of technology where some of us are also learning it. And how do you leverage it? Using innovation to deliver resources, spread awareness, and create scalable solutions to reach the most vulnerable. The most vulnerable. We cannot do it for one society and not the other, because these children are going to interact. And therefore, we want to make sure that every child is given an equal opportunity, and every child is included, and every child is given the choices according to their own gift. So, how do we inspire change? Because we must inspire change. So one global movement believes in the transformative power of unity, coming together as one. When individuals come together with a shared vision, with a shared mission, barriers will crumble. Barriers will crumble and possibilities multiply. Remember that when we come together as one in a shared mission and vision and solutions, barriers will crumble, because we are determined now to take the world heads on in order to help these children. And so through initiatives aimed at feeding the hungry, educating the illiterate, and lifting women out of poverty, the movement fosters a spirit of hope and resilience. For example, providing nutritious school meals ensures children are nourished and motivated to learn. Scholarships and mentorship programs equip young people with the skills they need to thrive in a competitive world. Microloans and entrepreneurship training enable women to build businesses, creating a ripple effect of economic empowerment within their communities. And presently, one global movement is working so hard on the 5 Chicks per Child program, a program where either these kids who are able to, according to how their parents or their caregivers know that these children can do, they can raise 5 chickens. We provide the feed, we buy the chicks, and they raise them. Within 3 months, they sell those chickens, and then we open them mini bank accounts, and then they keep growing that bank account. They keep repeating the same thing, or they can do little businesses. And in some places, the parents might not have land for these little kids to raise those chickens. They can do other things that will help them to start building that wealth. Wealth is power, and wealth is not just talking about physical cash or some of those things. You're talking about knowledge, because when these children are raising those chickens, they are learning. And then we are also talking about seeds program, where we are helping to provide seeds to these young people and women to be able to plant and get a good harvest and a healthy harvest as well. There are other programs, like we talk about the scholarship programs and other programs, food, providing meals or cooking, and even building a library and providing a supper table where when these kids come, they can come and study in peace, and then they eat and go to school and go back home and sleep in peace so that they can get up in the morning. That way we are helping the parents or mothers to at least take a break and let the kids also eat supper from somewhere. So a call to action. We cannot just always talk without taking action. Action is very, very important. We must take action to match our words. This year, we are going to increase the One Global Movement Garden bigger so that we can have more food and vegetables and fruits to distribute to the communities, particularly in homes where there are only single parents that are struggling. And even though we go to other places, to churches, to hospitals, and to other places, we want to be able to increase that this year. So let us take action. And this is my call to action to each and every one of you. If you do your part, and I do my part, and the other person do their part together, we will rewrite the story of young people women and children concerning hunger, illiteracy, and poverty. So every individual has a role to play in this mission. Everyone, whether through volunteerism, donating, advocating, or innovating, your contribution matters. It does matters. And I want to first of all thank those of you who are already contributing, those that are helping me here, especially when I was down, and you've been helping me all through just for free. I want to say thank you, especially the panelists, the women here in One Global Movement. Thank you so much. And small acts, when multiplied, create monumental change. Imagine a world where no child goes to bed hungry, where every young person has access to education, and where women stand as equals, shaping their destinies and their communities, feeding their children, and really shaping the dynamics of their homes. This vision is not a utopian something that you're thinking that is still going to be fetched out there. It is what we are working on here in One Global Movement. It is achievable. It is possible, but only if we act now, not tomorrow, acting now against tomorrow. So, in closing, I would say taking action is not just a choice. It is a responsibility. The mission of One Global Movement is a clarion call to all who believe in justice, dignity, and the boundless potential of humanity. By addressing hunger, illiteracy, and poverty with urgency and commitment, we not only transform lives, but also honor the shared humanity that binds us together. Together, through action, we can create a legacy of hope and opportunity for generations to come. The time to act is now. Thank you guys so much for watching, and encourage others, encourage children to go here on YouTube and watch so that we can keep educating ourselves and these children together while taking action towards a greater success. I love you all. Bye-bye.